Denver, Jamal Murray, he's out. Kawhi Leonard's out on the Clippers. I don't think Luka could pull a rabbit out of the hat. Portland's like a sinking ship as well. So right now the Lakers, they should be comfortable.
If a player for that team is not allowed to play in that arena, another
Right.
because he's unvaccinated, another player should not be able to come from out of state with their own shit
Correct.
unvaccinated and play. It just doesn't make any sense.
1,000,000%.
It doesn't make any sense.
1,000,000%. What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new spanking episode of the Code 99 podcast, episode 27. And I'm one of your hosts, Myron. And I got here Carlton and Sprad coming back after a nice long break. How you guys feeling?
Feeling good, feeling great.
How about yourself, Sprad? Right? Did we lose him?
Hello?
There you go. How you
It
feeling?
was, it was crazy. I was talking for a second. I'm like, what the fuck? Is it raining?
Sprad.
Oh, am I bugging?
That's what
You're
I'm
bugging.
saying. I think it's raining. I'm like, yo, is it raining outside?
Yeah,
it
that's
was nice
exactly
outside.
what I was saying too. I'm like,
It's a
oh,
nice, beautiful
shit.
day in the Bronx. Brick Bronx vibes out here. But yeah, guys, it's been a nice long break. I'm glad to be back. Recording. Feeling good. And today, we're gonna be talking about NBA tip-off because we all like talking about basketball. The new season starting. This is probably the first full season of basketball in like the last 2 years. So I'm excited. I'm hyped to talk to you guys about it. I want to hear your opinions and stuff like that. First and foremost, how do you feel the season's gonna go down? What are we feeling? What catches your eye? What catches your attention this season so far? Like, how are we feeling?
The best season is back. NBA season, not the holiday season. NBA season is back.
I agree with that. That is the best season. Besides playoff baseball, but that's a different story. I love playoff baseball.
only when the Yankees go far, then I don't care.
What do you mean? Boston's still in the playoffs, so it's fuck Boston every day. And plus, the Dodgers are just as New York as anything else.
Wow.
Not LA. They stole it from us. They're still Brooklyn Dodgers. Anyway.
They haven't been in Brooklyn in like 80 years.
No, it's been like 50 years.
Okay.
It's shorter than you think, to be honest. Same with the Giants.
Okay.
It's longer than we have years on this earth. So
Yeah. Well, baseball's ancient, but besides the point. But yeah, so the best season of sports is back. How we looking, bro? How we looking? How your team's looking? How the Heat looking, Carlton? How you feeling about the Heat?
Man, you already know. They looking pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, but I'll tell you, it's good to see that it's a full season. I think the last 2 seasons was kind of crammed in. The fact that we could even see like highlights from a year ago, from 2 seasons ago, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like everything past couple of years was rushed. So I'm glad to finally see a full season of the NBA. And all teams well rested, had a full, off season, and you see players getting better. I see Tyler Hero is already trying to, silence the doubters and the haters out there. But I like the, key pieces to like Kyle Lowry coming in. We looking real legit with we got some good role players in. Well, I don't know which Morris, brother it is, but one of those Marcus or Marquise Morris, they look the damn same. I know they twins, so fuck it. They play the same. They look the same. So as long as they stay productive, they good with me.
The best part about the Morris twins is that they literally know their role and they play exactly the same. So no matter who you get, you're getting the same productivity.
Yup, and then PJ Tucker, he's great for the small ball. He gonna help out with.
I didn't even know that. My friend mentioned that. I'm like, oh, you guys got PJ Tucker? I'm like, what the hell? Like, since when?
Yeah, we got a full team now. It's looking. I'm like, yo, they hitting all cylinders, and we got some. And people don't know. I'm gonna name a few names that's gonna be surprised this year. It's gonna be Yurt7. He's a center. Gabe Vincent, and then there's one more guy that's out there. He's another role player that just came on the team. I think it's Struss. He's a shooter. Them dudes, man, they gonna give an impact. they played in a summer league team and they played some nice minutes in the preseason and they did their thing. So we have a full bench. You know, we have a full bench ready to go for the season. They already shown that they're ready. So
You think they'll have a chance of going back to the finals?
You know, I ain't gonna lie. I think they do. You know, before the season started, I didn't think so. You know, as far as all the trades and stuff go, but as you see, Brooklyn Nets going through their own stuff, and
we'll get into that.
Yeah, and then it just looks like Miami they're ready. They got a team that's ready to battle.
What about you, Spread? I don't remember. I don't think you ever told me if you had like a favorite team, like Carlton has.
Well, my favorite team was OKC until that snake, Kevin Durant.
Wow.
Listen, man, he was a Phoenix Suns fan. Then he went to OKC.
Spread like me.
Then he went to the Knicks.
He has favorite players. I know you respect Russell Westbrook, so I thought you were gonna lean more to the Lakers side. So,
you know what? I'm not a Lakers fan, but as long as my boy Russ win a championship, you know what? When I started watching the NBA, Timberwolves, because I was in love with KG, and then I'm like, all right,
KG over Dirk. That's an inside, guys. That's an inside.
We'll get into that another time. But and then I was a Phoenix Suns fan for a long time. Once I seen Nash hooked up with Stoudemire, that fell apart. And then I jumped on the OKC wave, which was Durant's second year and Russ' first year. And ever since I was like, you know what? I'm not picking no more teams because unless you're the Lakers, Celtics, Miami, Portland, the big market teams or teams that has like rich tradition with good management, your team is most likely going to be up and down throughout the years. But I'm excited for the season. I want to see if my boy Russ gets it done. Carlton's Heat, they do look better this year. They had a lot of big pickups last year, but I feel like it didn't pan out as well on paper compared to the floor. So Miami's in good position.
What big pickups we had last year? Oladipo?
You had Depot, you had Iggy, and
Iggy who came before.
Trevor Ariza.
Iggy was like the season before. Ariza we did get in all season.
You see? And you're right. This is like it's crazy with the they crammed like 2 seasons into like a year and a half. Like
it's crazy. It's crazy.
What about you, Myron? What you excited for? What teams? What players?
I'm just excited for like I said, just like you guys, full on season. Everyone got their like legitimate rest. It seems like the teams that made like the splash the last 2 seasons are ready to compete. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, I know we keep like staying on the Miami Heat, but like they went to the finals in the bubble. They fell off last season, but then they came. It looks like they're ready to compete. Even the Lakers, the Lakers kind of had like a bad season last year, and it's hard to say you have a bad season when LeBron James and Anthony Davis are on the team, but they're like shit happens. The season was rushed and people got hurt, so they didn't have the season that they wanted to have. So they look like everyone's like on track to like put their best foot forward and like really compete, and I love it. I love it. I love the fact that like the Heat are kind of young, so it's cool. You got Milwaukee that showed up and won the chip last year, and they're young and they're hungry and they want to keep winning. And you got LeBron in them and those boys. They want to prove themselves, being like the legitimate superstars that they are with Melo and Westbrook and all that stuff. So I'm excited. Like, or even the Knicks, like they trying to like make sure that to prove that last year wasn't a fluke, that they deserved the 4th seed. I know some people feel like it was by luck, but they want to say it. But they seem ready and poised to be like, nah, it wasn't luck, and we're gonna play the best basketball we played in years. So I'm just excited to see like everyone just flourish, and I love basketball as much as you guys. So if they're playing, if everyone's playing at an all-time high, I love it. Go Kings.
Yeah, right. They make the playoffs in so long. The Kings, yeah, right.
I feel like some teams just don't care. Like I don't see no improvements for some of them, and they just makes no sense to me. Like, what
What
are
do
the
you mean?
Kings
Like,
doing? Like, the Kings, like, they just have the same team every year. Like, they ain't
I
trying
mean,
to
they
build
have two
nobody.
good players. They have what's his name? Halliburton, right?
Halliburton, yeah.
Halliburton and De'Aaron
De'Aaron
Fox. So
Fox.
like, it's a nice, super young core. I'm pretty sure they're just like one piece away from making like a impact. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs now with the West being.
Nah.
I don't think the West is as stacked as it used to be, but they're not making no playoffs. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I wish they would do? Maybe let's move the Kings to another city, like a bigger market. Like I know they want to put a Vegas team eventually. Why not take the Kings and put them in Vegas or something like that? I think that'll help out not only the culture, but like like it'll just animate the people on that team and the staff and all that stuff. That's just an idea though. So
the forgotten California team. But I think we should start from the top. Who?
To our valued audience members, it'll be an honor for us to get your feedback. And one way you could do that is by leaving us a review and rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, or wherever you go to listen to them. This not only helps us know what you guys think of the show, but it helps us get some visibility on those platforms. Also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter pages. We also got TikTok, Facebook. That's where we'll be giving you guys any updates to keep you guys informed what's going on, and also gives us a chance to interact with you guys. So stay tuned to see what we're going to unlock next. Peace.
Who you guys want to get in? Who you got as like contenders?
who wants to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think contenders easily. First off my mind is the Lakers. I know it's easy to say that they're just super stacked and they should be like competing, but that's just the point. Like they have too many weapons. People are saying like they like the Boston Celtics in 08. They're like mad old and stuff, but man, these people can still ball out. I feel like they have a solid chance of. I don't know about winning it all because you have people like the Milwaukee Bucks and hopefully the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know their situation. They're this weird situation. But I'm hoping they compete because I think it'll just be good for the game if you have Melo finally reaching a finals or something and Westbrook or maybe finally winning the ring. I think that's good for the game. Watching them compete at the highest level possible. I mentioned Brooklyn. I feel like Brooklyn could make if they get everything right, they can make an impact. I'm actually like more curious about how Milwaukee is gonna do because they lost PJ Tucker and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if they improved from that team that they had last year.
Not really.
Right, they didn't get any new pieces or do anything crazy, right? So it's kind of almost the same team. So let's see if that's enough to like get them over the hump. I don't know if they're gonna repeat. It's hard to repeat in the NBA, these days. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see where the Suns go after like making such a nice run in the finals. I know that they lost, but it was nice to see them boys just like coming together and just pushing through. Miami is, I think, it's a sleeper. People are gonna a little sleep on them a little bit. I don't know about Boston. Boston looks like they're like missing one piece to compete. They're missing something. I don't know what it is what they're missing, but they're like one key thing away from like actually being a contender, especially in the East. There's also like Philly. I don't know what their situation is. There's so many different situations right now in the NBA that it's like it's hard to like pinpoint. Hey, this team is going to compete because everyone's like a toss up, and there's so many questions surrounding teams like Philly and Brooklyn.
I agree.
But yeah, I think those are like the main. I think the main three what people are focused on is probably Milwaukee, Brooklyn, and Lakers. Because on paper, they should be the ones that are like fighting for the top. And I honestly don't know who in the West is really going to compete with the Lakers. Because I was just asking Carlton before we started recording, I don't if Clay is back, and I think he comes back in January. And as good as he looks, he still got to assimilate back to the game and back to to playing, basketball. He's got to get assimilated back to playing 48 minutes of basketball. But yeah, how about you guys?
It's gonna be interesting for Clay.
What about you guys? We got competing. Who are the top contenders for the NBA title?
You want to take a crack at it first, Carlton?
No, go ahead.
As far as contenders, I have the same. I think the 3 best teams: Lakers, Bucks, Nets. I agree with you. I think every team from like head to toe has an issue. Either it's injury, some kind of chemistry issue amongst the stars, or like the team is just not there yet. Like you're in the middle of the pack, like the Hawks, Denver, Utah. I think out east, Brooklyn, they're gonna be fine without Kyrie. I know that's like a whole distraction, but I felt like their GM and management did a great job of like trying to put that to rest for the time being. Brooklyn's gonna be fine, but I think it all depends on when Kyrie comes back and the health of KD, because his health hasn't been he hasn't been the healthiest player the past couple years. Philly,
No, I'm saying no. He was cooking at the in that last series before they got knocked out by Milwaukee.
Yeah, he was.
He was short out.
And even at the beginning of the season, before he went down with an injury, same thing with Kyrie comes back. He always like randomly has an injury. I think James Harden's gonna be fine this year. Philly, this Ben Simmons shit got to get figured out. Other than that, to be honest, I think they like in the middle of the pack, because you don't know if Ben Simmons is gonna really go out there and be a professional and try to actually help this team win while they figure out what the hell is gonna go on with his future. The Bucks, they should be fine. They're gonna be the most consistent team probably in the East, because same core. Giannis is getting better. Hopefully, no more injuries for him. The Knicks, they're gonna be out to prove themselves. Boston, I think they have a lot on their shoulders, trying to prove whether they're like a sinking ship or they're like in the fight for the East title. Miami's in a good position, to be honest. If they do well during the regular season, Pat Riley management gets all the credit. Adding pieces, Kyle Lowry. If they fly under the radar, they're a dangerous matchup in the playoffs. Then out west, besides the Lakers, they have issues. They got to figure out how Russ is gonna fit in, and then the health of their older players. But besides out west, besides Phoenix and Utah, I really don't see anybody challenging the Lakers. Denver, Jamal Murray, he's out. Kawhi Leonard's out on the Clippers. I don't think Luka could pull a rabbit out of the hat. Portland's like a sinking ship as well. So right now, the Lakers, they should be comfortable.
They just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, they gotta stay healthy.
How long is Jamal Murray out for, though?
Bro, that's an ACL. I don't think he's gonna play this season
at all.
And if he does, it won't be till like the end of the season. Maybe like February, March.
Damn. Yeah.
Because he got hurt playoffs. It wasn't like in like mid-season he got hurt. It was literally playoffs.
Yeah, and that was playoffs.
And that's like,
that was the playoffs of the season before.
He got hurt in the season. Yeah, he got hurt in the season before the playoffs.
It was the season, but then that means okay. So that means April, May, because it was literally right before playoffs. I remember that, and that's like a 9 to 10 month injury, and then you have to has to heal, and then to recover, it's like another like couple months to do the rehab. So I don't think he plays this season.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think he plays at all?
I don't think he plays at all. Look at Clay. Clay hasn't played in almost 2 years, and he had the same ACL injury. So I don't know. It all depends how strong he is too, like how the will in him too, like how good he feels, because like that's such a tricky injury, because some people don't even walk after shit like that, So let's see.
Yeah, that's true. How
Not
about you, Carlton? Oh, my bad, my wrong.
No, I was gonna say not everyone's D Rose, out here balling with no knees. What's up, Carlton?
Yeah,
What's up? What's your contenders?
No, I was looking for Jamal Murray. They said there's no timetable for his return.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's hard to pinpoint that kind of stuff.
There you go. So yeah, he's not gonna be here this season most likely. And he's an injury prone dude, so they're not gonna give him any, rush him back for nothing. But they still have I think they still have a strong team. I have him as a contender. We're forgetting about Michael Porter Jr. He's grown to be a star. They got Aaron Gordon, and they still have the MVP last season. So you gotta see what happens. Just hopefully they can keep it up this season. As far as I guess since I'm already on the West, I'll stay on the West. Obviously, the Lakers are a contender. I do have some concerns with them because of their age. They don't have enough young players, at least experienced players, who I think could hustle for them. You just gotta hope that they could survive the season at least, and gain some chemistry throughout the season in order to make it to the playoffs. Because once they hit the playoffs, then they could, they put all the effort and energy in, regardless who it is. But for an 82-game season, all those veterans are not gonna be able to do that. Like I see Dwight Howard, he's doing his thing. He seemed like he got a lot of energy, but like, can he do that for the whole season without getting injured? Westbrook and LeBron, they still trying to get their feet under them. You can see that. I don't know. I mean, LeBron, he's losing his lift, but you can see that he still got some. He got some stuff coming. Melo got to find a way to fit in. They have a whole new team, so everyone's gonna have to find a way to fit in. I just hope Anthony Davis. I see him going hard in the preseason. I'm like, yo, you better chill out. You the one that needs to just fall back and wait to the playoffs to go y'all, because you don't need him to go. If he goes again, if he's injured this season again, like they're not gonna win anything. And that's a guy that really needs to be there. LeBron, of course, but LeBron is more durable, and they need AD. LeBron can't do it as a guy anymore. I don't believe. Phoenix, they have a chance. I believe DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker are still getting better. Their cores are still young and getting better, and they still have Chris Paul as the helm. So we got to see. It depends on how much Chris Paul got in the tank left. He did a lot last season, and we got to see if he could continue doing that this season. Utah's another one. I don't know. I didn't see the team change too much, so I don't know how much better they're going to get from last season. So if they don't improve from last season, I don't see them going as far as they did last season. On the East, I got Miami, of course. They made a lot of upgrades as far as role players go. So I see that as being a driving force. Brooklyn Nets, with or without Kyrie, they still have a superstar team. They just picked up Paul Millsap, and they picked up I think they picked up someone else. I forgot who it is, but they picked up two guys. They picked up LaMarcus Aldridge again. So them two definitely help him out in the paint. They don't have as much perimeter scoring, but James Harden is great at the helm, so he should be fine. Philly, I think it depends on how well. Joel Embiid do. I think he had his best season last season. We got to see if he could come back and follow up again, because that was a terrific season. So we got to see what happens. I don't know what's happening with Ben Simmons. They obviously have to trade him. I don't know what value they're gonna get back though, because his antics are just not really helping out. Bucks, I've been surprised at what Giannis pulled up. His jump shot is a lot more smoother than it was last year. Like, you could tell he's a lot more comfortable. So if that's the case, he's a lot more dangerous. So we got to see. So yeah, I got Miami, Bucks, Brooklyn, and Philly as my top four on that side. and then I had Utah, Phoenix, Denver, and the Lakers on the other side.
Same here.
That's solid, guys. Michael's question just popped into my head. Who do you think is the X factor on that Lakers team? Because clearly we all have the Lakers as like our running favorites in the West. Who's the X factor? Who needs to play their best for them to make it the furthest?
Anthony Davis, honestly. He's a helm. It just showed last year in the playoffs. The minute he went out, they stopped winning, and then LeBron got hurt. And it's just, he didn't get hurt, but it's just like his injuries started coming back because he couldn't, keep the load. He couldn't carry the load. I think Anthony Davis is like and I don't want to say like, oh, Anthony Davis is better. It's just like his productivity and what he brings to the floor. As far as his position goes, like if they face Milwaukee, like LeBron ain't gonna be able to guard Giannis the whole time, and it's a good matchup for AD and Giannis to go against each other more. It makes more sense for that to happen. So we got to see,
Do you agree, or you got somebody else?
The Lakers is tough. It's tough. Everything Carlton said is correct. As far as like AD, he doesn't really need to give his all during the regular season because they definitely need him for the postseason. And we did see what happened when he was injured. Like LeBron knew it was over. He's like, oh yeah, AD injured. He knew it was over. Are they their biggest? I think it's just health, to be honest.
That's the X factor, health, just being healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause they're an old team, so like that's what they need. They just need to be healthy enough and hustle.
Like if you could count AD in like for 80 games, I know that's like absurd, but if you could count him in for 80 games, I would have nothing to worry about. But I think it's health. Yeah, health. And yeah, it's health. I guess once they figure out how they're gonna fit Russ in comfortably somehow, and what their playing style is gonna be during the regular season, and figure out everyone's specific role, I think they'll be fine.
I was gonna go and say it was gonna be Westbrook. I feel like as Carlton said earlier, how like Braun is kind of slowing down. We gotta be real with it. Like he is slowing down. So wherever LeBron slows down, I think Westbrook should pick up some of the slack, but with AD in charge. Because at the end of the day, he knows at this point he knows that team the best. Playing together for 3 years now, so. He knows, so he should definitely be the head. But Westbrook should definitely pick up some of the weight. And if he stays healthy, like you said, and he plays well, I think they go the distance because of him. But yeah, getting into more of the players and stuff. How we feeling about this Ben Simmons situation? Because that's honestly like the two biggest headlines going into the NBA season right now. It's not even like who's winning. It's like, yo, Ben Simmons, what's going on? Are they gonna trade him? Or is he gonna play? And then Kyrie refusing to get back to the NBA and play the Brooklyn Nets and all that stuff. So how I want to start with the Ben Simmons thing first. What do we have to say on that? And how are we feeling about that? And what do you think the Sixers should do moving forward? Because they've been at this for what now? Since August. So 3 months almost?
They should definitely just trade him.
It's in your fucking contract. Like Doc Rivers said.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand what's going on with him. Clearly he's his mind's not in it 100%.
You gotta blame his agent. It's Rich Paul's fault too. This is what you're advising your client to do.
I mean, because whatever Ben Simmons makes, he's getting a cut of it. So I don't think. Maybe he actually cares. I honestly don't know. Like I said, it's just such a weird situation because it's either play or don't, and clearly he's just refusing to play. And I just don't. I don't know, like, because I feel like even if he gets traded, he's gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
That did cross my mind as well too. If he gets traded and he still has like this, I don't care about basketball.
Basketball's as big a mental game as it is a physical game. If you have it takes confidence to play basketball, and he clearly doesn't have it right now. And as you saw in the playoffs, like everyone keeps talking about that whole layup that he passed out of. Like, it was a wide open layup, but he passed out of it. Like, he's just not focused into basketball. Maybe he needs to take a year off, play for the Shanghai Sharks like everyone wants him to. But yeah, I don't. Did you not see the memes that going on that they actually made a Shanghai Shark jersey with his name on it? Hilarious.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. There was some guy who was wearing a Shanghai Sharks jersey and it says Simmons 25. Hilarious. But I don't know where his mental's at. And
look, get on the fucking court. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get on the damn court. I understand, you know, he tried to go about it the way some of the older players have. You know, try to talk to management. I'll sit out. We're having a mutual agreement. Obviously, it's not panning out that way. They're forcing his hand. They're calling his bluff. He's what, 25 years old? You have all the young, fresh legs in you. Get out there, play, and increase your own damn trade value. You're talking about the 76ers are not doing anything to increase your trade value. Wow, the offseason is over. The season starts in a couple of days. Get your ass out there on the floor. Play your ass off, and then maybe more teams will be blowing up the 76ers phone. Now, he's not all at fault because Doc Rivers and Embiid, they didn't have to make the comments they made post-game after the series ended against the Hawks. But, you know, I guess it's, you know, the heat of the moment, and sometimes you don't realize what you're saying. Yeah, but, like, if you don't pull up your pants and be a man, go out there and fucking ball out. That's what you get paid to do.
1,000%. How about you, Carlos? You got anything to say on Ben Simmons?
Trade him.
Hate him?
Nah, trade him. Nah, you know, honestly,
trade him.
Carl's in old school. He ain't got nothing to say. Just trade his ass. Trade him.
I mean, just obviously the relationship at that team is no longer there. I don't know what happened. They obviously have been doing a great job at keeping the truth or what's actually all the drama that's going on between him and the organization. A mystery. One day we have Joel Embiid talking about, oh yeah, everything's cool, we're good, blah blah, and then no one could get in contact with him. Then it's, oh, we tried to cater to him before and blah blah blah. That's the reason why Jimmy Butler not here. So it's just like there's obviously something that's going on, and it was real, and it was odd that, you know, his performance, and I've told you this, Brad, like what he was saying, you know, Doc Rivers hardly say anything. Or like said anything towards the situation more than like he gave up like everybody else. Like, I'm not gonna say nothing about it. Like, it's whatever. And I'm just like, there's something going on between them, or him and the organization. So, you know, it's hard to say, but it's definitely time for a change. And you know, I think with that change, he'll prove himself. You know, he's a basketball player at the end of the day. He probably acting a little spoiled, but that's how like half the NBA players been acting. If you see their fucking contracts, you see how they been acting. They've been forcing trades. Kyrie did it last year, and he's still with his own antics, you know, whatever you want to call it or not, you know. But so it's just at this time, it's time for them. It's time for a move. It's time, you know, it's time for him to get traded. And it's stupid for him to fucking, like, how much money is he like letting go? Like 30 million, something like that, if he don't play this season?
138 million, I think, or some shit like that. I don't know. It's like it's a bunch of money, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, like, like, come on, bro. Like, just be smarter than that. Like, don't let whatever's going on, whoever messing with you, however you feeling, should never like mess up your money and what you gotta do. If it's in your mental health, then you take your break, stay away from them. But unless that, man, have your attitude and go in and get your money. That's all you gotta do.
Honestly, and even going back to doing what you gotta do, the Kyrie situation, you know, that's kind of like a shitty one because it's not like he can't play, and it's not like he has a working relationship, and he's a part of, arguably, like we all agreed on, like a contending team. How do we feel about the Kyrie situation? How, like, you know, like, it's like it's not like he's not in contact with the Nets, and you know they're not talking out, but like he's just like on the stance, a firm stance, and you know, like I said, it sucks because they have big ass aspirations. He was a part of the people recruiting KD and James Harden to come to the Nets, you know, and all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to do this, so I'm not gonna play. So yeah, what do you guys got to say on the Kyrie thing? You know, like having the chance to potentially win the NBA championship without LeBron, by the way. So he got to kind of prove himself, even though he's playing with KD. But but yeah, how do we feel about Kyrie on his thing?
It's tricky with him. It's tricky, and this is why it's tricky. He's not at fault. If he chooses he doesn't want to be vaccinated, that's his decision. Not mad at it. I'm not in the business of convincing anybody to get the vaccine or not stay or remain unvaccinated. That is up to your decision, your choice, your family, whatever morals, beliefs you believe in. The tricky part is they put this team together. They had a vision of having Durant, Kyrie, flip some pieces to get Harden. We have a super team. We got a coach. We got a system. Get all these role players out of buyout contracts together, and it just seems like with him not getting vaccinated, it's holding the team back. They're on a mission, and I'm pretty sure the players do feel like, I wouldn't say betrayed, but a part of them are a little disappointed. But since they're probably on good terms with him, they don't view it the same way as the media is blown up to make it believe. The thing with me that's just concerning with him is just when reports get out there about trades and them questioning his heart. He's just like, look, if you do such and such, I'm quick to retire. Like, I'm gonna retire. And he pulled the same shit in Boston with if he didn't get traded, he was threatening them that he's gonna get knee surgery so he can miss like the next season, like the first half of next season.
I didn't know about that.
In Boston. So with him, it's just like he's like a fucking bomb, and you're like, you're trying to detonate the bomb, and you just got to know how to attack and approach him. How you feel about it, Carlton?
I'll say one thing, because like I said, no one should be forced to, get the vaccine or whatever the case may be, and I don't know where his mindset is. We talked about it before, so I don't know if he's just being hard headed or he's really just staying firm to what he really believes in. But I don't think it's right that he doesn't get to play. And there's been a strong point that like someone like Bradley Beal, who's out of state, who's unvaccinated, could just come to New York City and play in the same stadium. He's not allowed to play in. You understand? Like because of the same rules, and it just doesn't make any sense. There has to be some type of fairness to it, and I think that's what the awareness he might be bringing too. But something like that has to change, and I get the Nets decision to keep him out, because when it comes to chemistry, you can't just rely on him half the time. You gotta rely on the people that you have there and who's gonna be there guaranteed. And whatever issues that they having or whatever issues that needs to be resolved needs to happen without, I guess, no interference with games and stuff. Let the team focus on that. And let Kyrie and the Nets focus on the other part. And the NBA needs to do a better job of reprimanding everybody. And I don't know, it's state law too. I guess it's state law that anyone who lives or resident or works for a facility has to be vaccinated. But they should definitely have a rule of saying anyone from outside that's coming into those arenas to play should do it as well. So that's all I gotta say about that one.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't even realize that the whole Bradley Beal thing. I completely forgot that he's on the same stance, but he gets to come and play here. I'm pretty sure they're gonna if the NBA is smart enough, they'll tell you those, if they have a game in New York, they'll tell Bradley Beal to stay. In Washington, like he can't travel with the team, because that's, like you said, Carson. That's not fair. Like if they want to ban Kyrie from playing, cool. You gotta ban Bradley Beal from playing too. That's only fair. It'll just get chalked up.
I disagree with that. I disagree.
Nah, bro. It's you can't play gray areas. It's black and white. If you give gray areas, people get too comfortable. That's the problem. Bradley Beal's getting too comfortable saying all this stuff. Huh?
He shouldn't be allowed to play at all, or he shouldn't be allowed to play in New York.
He shouldn't be allowed to play in that stadium.
Exactly. If he comes to Brooklyn, he comes to Madison Square Garden.
He's gonna come there like 2 times a year.
But either way, he has if a player for that team is not allowed to play in that arena, because he's unvaccinated, another player should not be able to come from out of state with their own shit.
Correct.
Unvaccinated and play. It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
1,000,000%.
I agree. I think the reason why they're not making a big deal about it is because I believe they said the number is 95% of the players are vaccinated.
And I also think it's a state law versus like a NBA guideline. I think it's the state that is not allowing Kyrie to play.
Like I said not the other day ago, at the end of the day, the NBA is it's its own agency. It's a private company, and they get to set the rules and set the tone to what they have to do. So they just have to be better about it.
Yeah.
Because even if it's like a state law and it's like a federal thing or whatever, it just doesn't matter. They, at the end of the day, they set their own rules, and they just to them the state laws are their guidelines, and they set the rules.
No, so to clarify, the Nets are the reason why Kyrie is not playing in any of the games. The state is the reason why. The state law is the reason why he cannot play in the home games.
Right, and the NBA is backing up the Nets, but they're also backing up the Wizards. So that's what I'm saying. They have to. They can't play. Okay. They can't play in the gray areas. They can't be nice to everybody. Yeah, they have to. They have to stay firm.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They have to back. That's what I'm getting at.
Let's see what happens though. We gotta see.
No, the Nets made the right decision, I believe, because you're gonna be a part-time player, and you're gonna mess up the chemistry, because you're gonna play every other game or half the games. And, it's going to be annoying, especially being from New York, playing in New York. Kyrie did well in this game. Too bad he can't play at the Nets home game that's coming up. It's going to be a fucking annoying. And, they're on the mission. They're already a target because they're a contender. So, no outdash. They don't need any more outside distractions.
Agreed.
Let's agree. That's agreeable.
All right. We have 40 minutes.
Vote for Kyrie Irving as your New York City councilman. Kyrie's taking a stand, so much respect.
I'm dead. Kyrie for mayor. But yeah, we have 41 minutes, and let's come. Yeah. You see, that's why I don't want to do everything because I knew we were gonna just fly by this time.
You want to jump into the awards?
Who y'all got for MVP?
Giannis.
Again, 3 times? That's crazy. I'm gonna go with a safe one and say Damian Lillard. Hopefully he gets it this year. I don't know, man. I don't want to say Bron because he's not gonna get it.
Damian Lillard.
Oh, you know what? Better yet, give me Steph Curry.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, that was gonna be my pick. I ain't gonna lie, cause he's dangerous. He was dangerous last year. He getting more dangerous. He already dropped 40 in the preseason, so I see him going off the season. His team looking better. So
look, if Curry drops 40 on Westbrook on opening night, I'm gonna make a call, and I'm gonna have somebody push his ass during the halftime. You ain't gonna be out there shooting all these damn threes, Curry. Embarrassing my damn Russell Westbrook led Lakers. All right. Curry is a good pick though. That is a good pick. I didn't think about that. But I think as far as all the players who have previously won it, LeBron, Russ, Harden,
KD,
I feel like Giannis has the easiest path because he won the chip. So
he's already now he's gonna have to continue playing. Yeah, he can just continue playing at that level.
If the Lakers do good, then LeBron has a chance. That's only if he had the same stats that he did last season, as far as the assist goes and stuff, like say 25 and 10, and say they at the top 3 seeds, or number 1 seed. I say the number 1 seed, then I see him winning it. But Steph Curry probably gonna have the best season, I believe.
I think so too, because he's also out to prove himself too. We know he can ball, but he has to now make his team win.
Yeah.
Can you make his team win? Can you take his team to the distance?
Yeah.
All right, we're at 46 minutes.
Yeah. All right. So rookie of the year.
I don't know me. I don't know your rookies. Me and Spread don't know any rookies.
Oh
bro.
yeah, I forgot. Y'all suck. Yeah, y'all got
I don't pay attention to the rookies. I really
It's not that I don't pay attention to them. It's just I haven't been like eyeing on that. Like I'm looking at the big picture right now. Okay, when they ball out, they'll catch them. To be honest.
I got the guy in Houston. Is it Jalen Green?
Yeah, that's Jalen Green.
Yeah, Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Jalen Green.
Kate Cunningham is the #1 pick, and then that's everybody I know. I don't know nobody else.
They got a few. Scotty Barnes. They got Jalen Suggs. They got
Jalen Suggs. I heard his name. Yeah.
I heard Barnes is nice.
They got this dude named Evan Mobley on Cleveland. There's a few. Actually, this might be one of those draft classes. Kate Cunningham. I don't know how good he's gonna be. He was the #1 pick, but they had a good battle, him and Jalen Green. Not even summer league. So
I feel like it's every 4 or 5 years. There's like a decent draft class. There's gonna be like at least a handful of players that are gonna be really good.
Yeah.
I think that's one of them this year.
Coach of the year.
Tom Thibodeau. Let's go.
Timmy?
I don't know.
Thibodeau? Coach of the year. Coach of the year. That's a good one.
I'm picking Spo. I'm picking my guy Spo. I think Miami could have the #1 seed in the East. Time is ticking. Let me see.
Nate McMillan on the Hawks.
Mm.
Nate McMillan on the Hawks. Who else? It's usually a regular season team.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Maybe Quinn Snyder on the Jazz.
I can see that.
That's a good one. That's a good prediction.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with those two. Spo. I mean, I think Spo, off the top of my head, is probably the best coach in the league.
I don't think he got his credit
yeah.
yet. I mean, he did one season, but I think he's staying there. I think if the team is #1, I think they got a team to become like the #1 seed. Like the teams from before always was in the middle of the pack, but now they got a team that could really contend. So I think he could get that recognition. All right, last one. Defensive Player of the Year.
Damn.
Giannis.
Nobody goddamn play defense no more. There's like 5 people you can choose from.
It's only like 7 people at max. Like,
it's either him or Bam. I could see Bam winning it.
It's usually like AD
a big man these years.
Kawhi or Gobert.
Yep.
It's gonna be Giannis or Gobert. Simmons, you fucked up your chance because you could have won it last year. Now you're acting like a bitch this year. So
they ain't gonna give you shit.
Big bitch
I thought he was gonna win last year. To be honest,
it looked like it.
I don't know. Listen, we don't know.
AD don't stay healthy. The thing is, they want AD to win the award, but he just can't stay healthy. Like that's AD's award to win. Like
you know why he can't win an award? Because he need to average at least 10 rebounds. He got the blocks and steals, but he need to average 10 rebounds, bro. You're a floor center.
He ain't averaging 10 rebounds with fucking LeBron and DAJ on this team and Dwight.
Last year he did. He had a chance to win it, but he didn't average 10 last year. So
no, I didn't mean last year. I meant his first year. His first year.
Well, that's his first year, bro. That's his first year. He got to do it this year. Giannis is gonna average over 10. You already know that. Everybody else that's a big.
But it's because he's springy. He got the athleticism. I'm not saying AD doesn't, but he's not as explosive as Giannis.
I think what you said, Mario. I think you said Bam, right? That was you.
But I said Giannis or Bam. I could see Bam winning it. Yep.
I see Bam being a contender for it. I think he set it up. I see him. I seen him. He's looking good. Like lean. He looking like what KG looked like in his prime. Like as far as fitness goes. So he's quick.
You know what it'll take Bam to win it? He just can't. He is an all-around player, but he gotta be like 22-12, where you respect him for both sides of the ball and not just one or just a piece. You're gonna look at him like, damn, he looked like a true #1 this year. I think that's what it'll take for him to win Defensive Player of the Year, because I think everyone recognizes his talents on the defensive end and what he does.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm really excited for everybody. Like I said, I'm not excited for this whole season. I just want to see people play basketball, bro. I'm just hyped. I'm trying to catch like at least a Nick game a month type shit. To be honest.
Wait, I got a question about the awards because I feel like every year there's like some arguing over MVP. Do you think they should do like is it the NFL where they have MVP and then Offensive Player of the Year?
Nah, not in basketball.
No, that's like scoring title.
Not in basketball.
You know, that's like getting a scoring title.
Yeah, that's definitely a scoring title. Yep, that's definitely a scoring title. And the Defensive Player of the Year is Defensive Player of the Year. So
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something like have 2 MVPs like the MLB has.
Oh, that's
yeah. MLB has National League MVP and AL MVP, and then they have a Cy Young Award, which is like a picture MVP.
Yeah.
Huh? That works
well for the MLB. I feel like
there's a lot of players.
Yes and no. Yeah, yes and no. I don't know. That's true. They're deep. They're deeper teams and stuff like that. But yeah, did we unlock the code for today?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, basketball's in session, man. I'm excited. You guys can catch us on Twitter, Instagram. What's the other ones?
TikTok, Facebook.
There you go, Facebook. Like us on Facebook, guys, please, and give us feedback. This has been your boy Myron.
It's your
boy Spread. 3 guys, 1 code.
Listen, it's never gonna be perfect. It's part of our identity now, and I love it. That's how it's gonna go. It's gonna roll. As long as we Carlton's peace at the end, I don't care what happens.
Oh my god. But that's sad.
Alright, guys.
Peace. Yeah, this nigga.